Hi there, Zach from GawkBox here, or at Snack Oliver on Twitter, back with another week of interviews from GawkBox HQ. It's been a super exciting week for us this week between the Overwatch League getting kicked off and the World Cup. There have been a ton of exciting things to watch between sports and esports. It's been a really exciting week to be in the streaming industry. It's really cool stuff. But this week we're talking to a YouTube team by the name of StarTeam. They do a really interesting thing with their YouTube channel. They make content from the game WWE 2K18, but they use the character creator and custom script out all these matches and all these games so that they can create matches that are custom tailored to their YouTube channel as well as to their audience. And they can use this as well as a couple other tools, including GawkBox, to include their community in their content. It's really cool, and they've got a lot of great ideas about building interactivity around YouTube videos. So I figured we'd sit down and talk to them for a little bit, and they were nice enough to talk to us. We'll be talking to Dan from the StarTeam, so have a listen. It's a great interview. Cool. Well, let's jump right into what I wanted to talk about. If you've seen the series before, and I know you have, but if people haven't seen the series before, we tried to interview creators, streamers, mostly mixer streamers, to be honest, but we like to talk about the different sort of aspects of streaming, of content creating, of all of that in general, because there's so many different people who do so many different things and are really good at different aspects of it. So I wanted to bring you in, Dan, and talk about the StarTeam YouTube channel that you guys have created. I think it's terribly interesting, and we've spent a lot of time looking at it sort of as a company and as a team here at GawkBox, because you guys have done such interesting things with your GawkBox profile. So to kick off, I'd love just to hear from your perspective what the StarTeam YouTube channel is and what it's all about.
So StarTeam in itself is a team of 5 people. We have a strong passion for gaming and especially wrestling. And as that team of people, we want to branch out into different projects and try different things, especially with GawkBox.
Sure.
We're starting off with our first project called Unite, which involves like a fan subscription service through GawkBox, so through free donations. And what that allows is people pay monthly, and that allows them to take part in the show, but we also give lessons on editing and character creation. And yeah. Interesting.
So the game that you guys play is the new WWE game, correct?
Yeah.
And the way that you actually create videos is super unique. And for somebody who maybe isn't familiar with like a character creator or the entire game as a whole, how would you describe what the videos on your channel are made of?
So the thing that sets the WWE games apart from any other sport games is that there is so much creation to it. You can create your own characters, but aside from that, you can create your own highlight packages,
right,
and stuff like that. And that allows us to take the game into places where it hasn't really been before. So we will get scenes from inside matches and inside like backstage fights, and we can turn it almost into a cinematic experience.
Right.
So we use the in-game film editor to create something completely different.
Now, when you have these matches that go on, because you stage these matches and you use GawkBox to get members of your community sort of into those matches, right? They can make their own creators and stuff, or their own wrestlers and stuff like that. Do you guys actually play the game and then record it with the in-game editor, or is it just AI fighting each other?
Oh no, so we script the matches ourselves.
Oh, you do? That's an entirely different thing. I wasn't even aware of that. That's really cool.
Yeah, with the matches and with the other videos as well, like outside of the matches, so people talking, all of it is scripted.
Right.
We have a person who mainly specializes in scripting on our team.
Amazing.
And we basically write down what moves is going to happen where, and then we get to recording. Recording is a long process, just because we have so much stuff that it takes a while to load. But yeah, so we script the matches and then we play them out in the game. But then we can use, like, we record it for like just recording the screen. But we can then take it into the in-game editor to get camera angles and stuff.
Of course.
So we like to play around with camera angles ourselves, and that's where we can do new things like editing people that weren't actually there before.
Sure.
And stuff like that. So yeah, we use the highlight reel, it's called. We use the custom camera angle setup.
Interesting.
To an advantage.
So you guys are almost more akin to like an actual show rather than like a gaming YouTube channel. I mean, people tune in to watch episodes like they were actual WWE matches.
Yeah. We want to keep it almost a cinematic experience because all of us, even though we love wrestling, we love a lot of movies, comic books, and stuff like that. So we want to keep it as cinematic as possible.
Right.
And so it allows us to we just sort of go wild with it, with
Sure.
the way the characters work on the show.
Right.
We write what's going to happen to each character, and that helps us sort of just let out that creativity.
Sure.
And just everything runs wild.
Amazing. Looks like I've got an error message on my screen in the background here. Let me take care of that really quickly.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I need to update my drivers. Nothing ever goes right, does it? No, that's amazing. And the cool thing about having a show that is interactive but is built from within, you know, this sort of world of this game, is that you can add whatever you want in there. And so what you guys have done, and I would rather you explain it than me, but I'll give a quick brief, is that you've allowed people to donate to you to interact with the show, sort of like, I don't want to say as it happens because it's not necessarily live, but when they donate to you, they get their own place in the show, correct?
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is, I mean, we're heavily in production for the first episode. It almost works as like, almost like a standard Netflix subscription or something like that.
Sure.
Where for each month, if that person donates a certain amount, they'll work with our team to create a character that suits them and suits the show. And then we put them into this like brand new world.
Right.
And then we also almost host a competition.
Sure.
I guess you could sort of compare it to like a beauty pageant, where you show off each character and the fans can then vote.
Absolutely.
For which characters they like to see on each episode.
Sure.
So the shows take about a month to create.
Right.
We are still working on the first one right now. But yeah, so we're allowing people to donate through GawkBox, and then join the show. So,
Very cool. Very cool. Where did you guys get the idea for this? I mean, as far as YouTube channels go, the interactivity is usually, you know, like, leave a comment, subscribe, and all that. And that's about as deep as it goes. Sometimes people will have like shout outs on the end of their videos or something like that. But where did you guys get the idea to put something like this together? It's incredibly intricate.
Well, I mean, it was just through, we were already working, like we were already planning for a different project. But then we were sort of thinking, and we were just almost brainstorming. And then one of the leaders of the project, called Alex, he sort of came up with this idea to have something funded by the fans, but allows them to join in with the show. As you said, that hasn't really been done before.
Yeah.
So actually pulling it off isn't very easy because there aren't lots of tools that can allow for something like that to happen. So we've used things like Discord to keep all the fans together, as well as using GawkBox as a platform, because a lot of our fans are young, and of course they can't use real money because, well, they might not just have any money. But through GawkBox, completing offers and stuff allows them to be a part of something completely fresh, but also allows us to keep doing it.
Absolutely. Makes sense. Do you find that you drive like a higher level of interactivity by offering for people to include themselves in your show? I mean, it must be more interactive than most comment sections, most Discords, things like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have to be active all the time. That's why we often have late nights, is because not only do we do things like the show, but we also live stream every week. We get fans to play the game with us, not as a part of the show, but just sort of kick back on a Friday, and just play some games.
Absolutely.
And then also in the Discord, there are people talking all the time. Sometimes about wrestling, sometimes just general talk.
Sure.
And so everything's always active.
Right.
Our team is sort of we're based all over the place. Of course, I'm in the UK.
Right?
We've got people in America, and so because of the time zones, there's always going to be at least one person awake to stay active with people.
That's cool.
So we certainly have our hands full.
Sounds like it.
But yeah, it's very active all the time. It's a lot of fun.
Amazing. And so when you only release, and I say only not to be diminutive just because it's such a workload, episodes once a month, and you still see these fans coming back, how do you drive such dedication? I mean, maybe you've already answered it by saying that you're always up and talking to people and interacting, but it's pretty cool.
Well, it comes down to a number of things. We make sure, even though we can't get an episode out like frequently because, you know, like there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
But we make sure that we have a video out each week. So as I said, we had the competitions where you can vote for your favorite wrestler to be on the first show.
Sure.
So we had 4 of those videos out. So once a week we had one of those. And then just lots of different videos. Sometimes they're sketches, which we record in the game, but we have people voice over.
Okay.
Sometimes they're like announcements. So yeah, there's always something going on, even if there isn't an episode coming. Like soon, we'll always try to give the fans something, because even though we do, like, we're always around, we're always playing with people, there are some fans that aren't in the Discord,
sure,
that aren't around as often, so we still need to give something to them. And so yeah, we keep a video up every Saturday, and then we stream every Friday. So
amazing.
Yeah, we always try and keep people around.
Yeah, you guys have certainly found a ton of solutions to keep people around and keep people interested, which is great. Switching gears just a little bit as we sort of head towards the end of this, how do channels like yourself, maybe channels that are like, you know, smaller size, medium size, usually find monetization to work on YouTube? I know it's been a dicey subject for a ton of people, regarding, you know, copyright strikes, demonetization, the whole gambit of things. Were you guys able to find a solution in YouTube's monetization program?
Well, not through YouTube, no, because I mean, we're still not, we still don't have enough, I think it's watched minutes on YouTube to be able to monetize our content.
Got it.
So GawkBox was the solution for that. It's a lot nicer. Everything's in one place. It's also very reliable. With YouTube, you know, if one video does poorly, then that can affect a creator's month. Of
course.
But with GawkBox, it comes down to how well the fans are engaged. And it's just a case of, hey, do you want to play a mobile game? It would really support the show and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I think the same goes for most smaller creators. Is, well, YouTube keeps changing with monetization. They keep making it harder for smaller creators to make money, and I understand why. Of course, that with there being so many people for people to pay,
of course,
it's going to be hard for smaller people to make money. But yeah, I think solutions would lie in services like GawkBox, because the fans can help support the product, but at the same time, you can rely on it happening, rather than YouTube, of course, using music and stuff,
of course,
will demonetize the video. So yeah, I think with YouTube, it is tough, but understandably tough. Whereas using other services, it's a lot easier for the creator to sort of have something there.
That's really a unique and wise perspective to be understanding of YouTube as a platform and how it is difficult probably for them to pay everybody, because that's a very valid point, is that they've got to put out these overarching rules for monetization, saying your channel has to be this big, you can't do anything with this, blah, blah, blah. So it is difficult, but that's one of the problems that we're out to solve. So I appreciate the kind words there, but we can't take all the credit for it. You guys have done some incredibly unique things with your GawkBox profile that have been inspiring to us, inspiring to other creators, and inspiring to like even our roadmap. So we can't thank you guys enough for that. Just the way that you've been rewarding your community for using GawkBox with all these unique rewards, and how you tie it into your content has been inspiring, and seeing you guys do well with GawkBox has been awesome for us. So we're behind you. We're on your side, and
thank you very much.
We want to see StarTeam grow. So what's up next for you guys as far as the channel?
Well, I mean, we have a couple of smaller videos coming up, just sort of teasers and trailers for the show, and we aim to have the show up soon. We're still playing with an official date, but sometime this month, the very first episode of Unite should be up.
Fantastic.
So yeah, very excited for that.
Killer. Well, Dan, where should people go to find that video and to talk to you guys, to do whatever you like?
Ooh, well, we're all over youtube.com/StarTeamVids.
Perfect.
Twitter is @StarTeamVids as well. Yeah, we're all over the place. You should find our Discord there too. That's probably a long link that I...
Yeah, you don't have your Discord link memorized? both the permanent and the one that expires?
But yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. It's been such a pleasure. Thanks for sitting down. I know it's difficult with the time zones, with us being on polar opposite sides of the world, but we're excited to see what you guys are up to. We're inspired to see what you guys have done with everything, and we're watching. So thanks so much for joining me here and giving out some great advice. I hope some people have learned something. We've never interviewed YouTubers before, so maybe some YouTubers got some fresh ideas on like their content or how to integrate their GawkBox profile and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll be in contact soon, and just let us know if you've got any more hot ideas.
Ooh, will do.
Awesome. Cheers, Dan. Thanks for coming on. See you later.
Thank you. See ya.